You're watching Escape Adulthood Live, your number one source for long-lasting, fast-acting, physician-approved adultitis relief.
On this week's show, we're explaining why how is not your job while we discuss, debate, and eat Peeps.
Salutations, everyone. Welcome.
Hey, thank you for shenanigating with us on this Wednesday, the last day of March.
It is.
Goodbye, March. Is March going out like a lion or a lamb? Kind of a lion here.
Going out like a peep. That's what we're talking about tonight.
Peeps, check out this set. The kids did such a good job with Jason.
The challenge will be to see how many fall down over the course of the show. This guy has fallen down 7 times already. Yes,
the pink one.
I keep trying to adjust things, but we asked at the beginning of the show here in the comments: are Peeps a yummy treat or a culinary disaster? And I think we are in the middle of a Team Jason, Team Kim war.
Hot garbage, unless on a s'more. Am I right? But let me just say, this seems like a total adultitis moment for me. But I have to say, I love them. I love Peeps. Because of their whimsy. Not in my mouth. There's just not enough chocolate involved in these little guys. So that's where I stand.
I am on the sweet treat for Peeps. I have loved them ever since I was a little tyke in my Easter basket. I would savor them. I see people are really weighing
we've got
in.
Drunk Peeps on the set. They're just falling over.
They're hammered.
You know, it's been a long
Kelsey
month,
is on the Team Kim side.
I mean, I don't know. They are so cute. Don't get me wrong. And like the idea of how, I think, who was it? Cindy. I loved what she said about they add so much delight or fun or joy to Easter season. Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Eating them, it's just not... It's like sugar on marshmallows. Like,
Brenda's got a very interesting disclaimer. No funky flavors. Let Peeps be Peeps.
Well,
because they do have some different flavors now, which is very
interesting. like fruity,
like gingerbread. No, like gingerbread and chocolate pudding and
stuff. It's not.
Yes.
Chocolate pudding.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I would like that.
Ooh, can we get are you on Team Jason now? Mike says Grandpa Patrick loved them old and stale. We've got a couple people who like the little bit stale.
You kind of like a little aged, don't you?
I like them both.
Yeah,
equal opportunity.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty
Julie
out there.
says Team Jason, marshmallow and sugar. What is there to gripe about, right? What is there to gripe about? There's plenty.
It does seem that way. I will admit this feels very counterintuitive for me, but. Never been a fan.
They are whimsical, so we can all get behind that. But I got some interesting facts about Peeps.
All right, let's hear Peep.
Did you know that it used to take 27 hours to make a Peep?
One Peep?
27 hours.
What are they doing? Like, I don't know.
That was in 1953 when Sam Bourne acquired the Rada Candy Company and its line of marshmallow chicks. Back then, each chick was handmade with a pastry tube. Bourne quickly set about automating the process so that it now takes just 6 minutes to make a Peep.
Oh,
I feel like that's even longer.
6 minutes? It does. I know. When it takes
like 27 hours, like even with a pastry tube, like is the pastry tube like this small? Like what's going on? What's going on? I don't understand.
Were they different back then? Is that part of it? Like
I think they were very similar. Well, I will say this: they used to have wings. The Peeps. Peeps used to have wings. They used to be just the chicks.
Yeah.
But they were clipped in 1955, 2 years after the first marshmallow chicks hatched, to give the candy a sleeker, more modern look.
A little more aerodynamic.
Yes.
Heck yes, I did.
Aerodynamic to go in your mouth, to go faster, to consume faster. That seems about right.
To consume faster. That was what they were going for. Let's see. Also, okay. How many Peeps do you think are made every day?
Oh.
I'm gonna throw out a question.
How many Peeps are made every
now
day?
I have a feeling this is going to be a moment. We got a chance to watch Justin Willman, the magician. We watched one of his Zoom magic shows, and he had a jar of jelly beans, and he asked a little girl how many jelly beans were in there, and she said 26. and there were clearly at least 500 in there. So I'm asking you, how many Peeps are made every day?
Here's the coolest part about that trick, though. He had like a way to reveal what number was in there, and the number said 26. So, however he did that was amazing. Justin Willman, you guys got to check him out. He's amazing.
Anywho,
all right, how many
Peeps
Peeps are made every day? I mean, I have a lot of questions. How many different locations are these being made?
Well, they're made in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, as someone pointed out.
Really?
Brenda is correct on that one.
Wow.
They're made in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Helen is guessing 100 million.
Okay.
You're a little high.
I was gonna guess around 1 million. I mean.
All right. Well, it's an average of 5.5 million Peeps.
Oh my gosh.
Every day.
Like for the whole year, or just like getting ready for the Easter season?
It's an average. There's probably more around now, but make them once a year.
Kelsey said 2 billion.
Here's a fun fact. In 1 year, the company makes enough Peeps to circle the Earth twice.
What?
Twice.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh.
And then finally, yellow chicks are the original Peep.
Okay.
And still the favorite.
Really?
Yellow bunnies are the second most popular color shape combination, and pink is the second best selling color.
Interesting. We had a hard time finding yellow bunnies and yellow chicks. They were really picked over, you guys. And you know, Jennifer had said Tackett about, was there a shortage last year with COVID? I don't know the answer to that, and maybe someone else jumped in and said that, but did you hear that?
It sounds familiar, but it
There's
might
a
just
shortage
because
of a lot of things,
it might
right?
just be because
Yeah.
Jennifer just said that. And so I'm like, yeah, that sounds right.
Just like when you said the number that there are, I was like, yep, that's the number.
5.5 million.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
exactly.
I couldn't even remember what it was.
Well, we've got some more Peep stuff to talk about. As Mike says that he didn't realize it was going to be a Peep show. Yeah, this is our Peep show tonight, you guys. So hope you are.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Hope you're ready for that. But we've got some interesting facts to share about Peeps.
Hold on, these are facts.
These aren't
about Peeps?
facts as much as they are fun things
Fun
to
ideas.
make with
Fun
Peeps.
ideas.
Yeah.
All right.
My bad.
Rewind.
Let's cut. Re-roll the tape, start this over. Oh, wait, it's live. That's great.
Fab 5 things to make with Peeps. Now, Jason actually planned all this. I have not seen these, you guys, so I'm just as excited as
Kim
you are.
was in bed eating Peeps all week.
You know,
so
yeah,
I had to do all the
obviously,
work.
Team Kim, no.
All the work.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so even if you don't like Peeps, maybe there's a different twist. You can do something different with them than you may have otherwise expected.
You still want to buy them. You know you do.
Maybe if you get to a point where they're a little bit too stale. We got some ideas. Okay, so the first one is Peep s'mores. Okay, I think Kristen, I saw a comment earlier. She said something about she likes them toasty, and they're kind of like creme brulees because you get that candy melted sugar crust on there, which is
actually very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sure Elton Brown would totally support that.
I'm sure he's got some opinions on that for sure, one way or the other. But yeah, it's kind of and it kind of works if they are a little bit stale.
Yeah.
If they're not to your liking, then.
But I mean, colorful s'mores like this, you guys. I mean, if your heart's not just a little happy, I think you're watching the wrong show.
It's like a whimsy bomb.
It is a whimsy bomb, and not that you have to love it as much as I do, but that to me is really, really awesome picture. Okay?
Alex is weighing in saying last year's marshmallow crop was way down. Yeah, it was.
I want to go to that crop.
It was a drought. It was a drought that really. It was tough. Let's see, what else do we got here? Peep bouquet.
Oh.
So if you don't like the taste of them, what about something like this?
I see why you kept these from me, because you want my initial reaction on
yeah,
this stuff.
I want.
Do you notice we wore our pink tonight, right?
Yeah.
So this to me is like, yes, many of these. I want a yellow one. I want a pink one.
I saw different ones online. They had like blue and purple, and just really cool.
Correct.
Really. Okay, you're on board there.
I'm on board. I'm going to make with that tomorrow.
Because I didn't want it to just be all food stuff,
yeah.
right? How about a Peep wreath?
Peep wreath. Yep. How would you? Yeah, I'm all.
And I
over
imagine
this.
something
I'm
like this gets
dissecting
better
this.
as they get more stale.
Yeah,
or when they're stale, they might be easier to.
Have you shown this to
to
our
work
youngest? Because she's going to want to make that tomorrow immediately.
What else we got? Then, as has been mentioned, very well known, the Peep diorama. There are many contests around the country that do different dioramas. With
Seriously?
Peeps.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
Oh man,
I kind of avoid Peeps, but this is like Lego. It's like, is there a lot of Lego stuff things like what do you call it?
Well,
accessories?
I've got some examples. So basically, there are different contests that they have every year. I think I saw like different libraries around the country do it. There's national contests where you do some sort of diorama, and sometimes it's on a theme. So this is the Beatles.
Oh my god!
The Sgt. Pepper's record, and they're all dressed up like little Beatles. And then you look in the background, there's Peeps with the faces that are actually on the album cover of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club
Seriously?
Band.
And is that Albert Einstein?
Yes. And this one I think this one's my favorite. I saw this one. This is going to be a good one for Paul and Kara, who are watching out in Scottsdale. This is Peeps doing yoga.
Kara.
So that's... I love this one. You don't have to worry about them falling down.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's good.
There's this is a little Peep yoga studio. So if that's not the most
cute,
adorable thing you've ever seen,
we should have a contest next year.
We should plan ahead,
or maybe everybody just gets them on sale next week, and we do it now. Yeah.
So that's Peep. Now this last one is going to be the most controversial.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you right now, but I think when I explain it, some of you might be intrigued. All right.
Is this like
a Peeps up?
Oh.
A Peeps up.
No. Would you
Holy nightmare.
Well, here's the thing. I thought this was the worst idea ever, but then the person who created it said that it's sort of like we always love the salty sweet combination, right? Like kettle corn.
All right, I'm listening.
And this delivers. Excuse me. Take two.
I'm getting so excited.
This delivers in spades, the salty and the sweet. And I'm like,
Oh, look at the comments. This is hilarious, you guys.
No,
right, Brenda?
I would try
Kelsey,
this. I would try a piece of
Brittany's barfing. No. Okay, so they do have
Brittany's
dessert.
not on board.
No, they have dessert pizzas like at Pizza
Wes
Ranch.
is in, right?
Okay, well.
I would try it. You might like it, Mikey. Come on.
Pizza is perfect how
Jen,
it is.
nope.
You don't have to ruin it. But I will say this: you take like the idea of a dessert pizza, which are somewhat available in different types of chains and whatnot. There might be a combination I would go for if there was frosting involved or something.
Well, Kristen is throwing a safer version.
Yes.
Cookie pizza and melt Peeps on top.
See?
That sounds fine, but...
Okay, what if you had cookies and then you did like a graham cracker crunch kind of crumble with the marshmallows and chunks of Hershey? You could do like a s'more cookie. Kristen, should we try this? I don't know. I'm trying to be open-minded.
Not very much. 'Cause you're not even willing to try this.
Not with cheese.
But,
cheese and marshmallows, no. That's just not.
Over the line for
Yep.
you, huh?
Cheese is perfect the way it is.
Well, that's it. 5 things to make with Peeps that are a little bit unconventional, but maybe that
I gotta go to Hobby Lobby tomorrow. Yeah.
For what?
Wreath materials, like everything.
Flowers.
Everything you just showed me.
Pizza.
Right? Definitely not pizza.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
All right, you guys, this is it. We are down to the final hours of your chance to win this 36 by 36 canvas reproduction of Hope in the Darkness.
I'm very impressed.
I would have to say, this is probably one of my most top 3 or 4 most popular paintings that I've ever done.
And, that is one of those debatable things. Was it the timing? Is it the fireflies? Everybody loves those fireflies, even if you don't live by them. Apparently, they're pretty popular little guys.
Do you not notice that? By the way?
I want to bang them back.
Careful! You know how long it took me to get those up there? Come on. That
was awesome. Okay, guys. So back to the sponsorship thing. So what, tonight around midnight?
Tonight around
It's
midnight.
like around? I'm like, what's around
The
midnight?
timer is on the website if
I
you've
don't
already
know.
signed up. If you haven't, you still have a chance. Go to escapeadulthood.com/giveaway. Enter your email. You'll be registered to win this beautiful canvas.
It's pretty huge, guys. 36 by 36 inches.
Ready to frame, ready to go, ready to hang.
And we literally have the box labeled. We just need, well, not all the way labeled because we need your address, but
yeah. This is the one from our living room.
Oh,
so
the other one's in the box.
The other one is in the box, ready to go.
Okay, yeah,
yes.
Yeah. Can we put this back up? I don't like that wall being blank.
Yeah, maybe back up.
All right,
in about 5 hours. So yeah, this is how you enter to win. escapeadulthood.com/giveaway. If you share a link, you'll get a personal link. Share it on social media and get people to sign up. You'll get extra entries. And if you follow us on different social media channels, you can get extra entries to win. So good luck to everyone who has participated. This is
like the first time we've done this in a long time where you get rewarded for the actions you take. It's not random, right? Because it's not going to be a random winner. It's the person.
Oh, it's a random winner.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, you just get more entries, more chances.
Like okay, like you're buying more raffle tickets.
Correct.
Okay, I get it. I thought the top person would win.
No, if you just have one entry, you could win.
Oh,
so yeah,
that's awesome. Okay,
but you
can
improve
you put
your
Helen's
nope.
comment on?
No, no.
Helen, let a girl bat
let
the bunnies.
Let a girl ruin an hour's worth of work. How about that? How about that, Helen? You know, this is why we can't have nice things. All right. Well, that's the giveaway. I think we've said enough about that. I'm looking forward to not talking about this. It's been like 3 shows in a row. We're gonna move on to something else. But we've got more to come in this show.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Where there's a will, there's a way, they say. But what if you can't find a way? Can you relate to this? Sometimes I trample my dreams before they've even had a chance to take root. Anybody? For example, when something epic bubbles up from my heart, a fabulous, joy-sparking dream, I immediately go into logistics mode. How would this work? How can I make this happen? How do I make this dream come true? And then, 9 times out of 10, I realize I don't know how. I don't have the knowledge, the connections, or the resources to make it happen. It just feels too hard, too unlikely, too out of reach. I'm overwhelmed, and the dream is crushed under the weight of the feeling of impossibility. Sad to say, that's often where it ends. The dream dissolves into an emaciated wish, a thin, pale shadow of its former glorious self. Well, in 2020, I embraced an important idea, particularly when it comes to big dreams and faith and what God wants to do in my life. How is not my job. How many blessings do we miss because we fall into the trap of believing that we have to do it all, that it's all up to us? Maybe you find yourself in a relationship that is flatlined. You haven't the faintest idea how to bring it back to life. Maybe you've come to realize how much you hate your job, but you're not sure how to position yourself for a better one. Maybe you feel like you're in a deep, dark pit, and you have no clue how you'd even begin to climb out. For 25 years, Kim and I had been dreaming about living on a lake. We talked about it on our first date. We spent hundreds and hundreds of hours talking about it, trying to figure out the most efficient way to make it happen while still doing the work we love and feel called to. We've tried on dozens of scenarios in our minds, calculating what was possible and what sacrifices might be required. It was so exhausting and soul-crushing to keep the dream alive sometimes. I often yearned for someone from a Harry Potter book to cast a memory charm upon me to obliviate the dream from my memory. In a surprising turn of events, the dream finally came true during a global pandemic. Around the time of the start of the lockdown, in my morning prayer time, I came across the idea that how is not my job. I realized that how could never be realized until I had fully committed to the what. Now, the what starts out fun. Everyone loves to imagine crazy, preposterous dreams, but it gets scary when you get serious about it. If you decide to own the what, landing the dream job, finding Mr. Right, having a baby, starting the business, things get real. You move the dream into that vulnerable nook in your heart that opens you to the pain of it not coming true. Stopping after determining we don't know the how is a handy way to cut the dream off at the knees, ending it on our terms. Better to tell ourselves it was never meant to be at the outset than be crushed by heartbreaking disappointment later. Well, at the beginning of the lockdown, I led our family to begin a routine that felt utterly preposterous. We started a dinnertime prayer thanking God in advance for the lake home you're preparing for us. Keep in mind that I had already calculated a worst-case scenario in which we might be bankrupt by November and determined that ending the year with a profit of $1 would be an enormous underdog victory. We persisted with every meal. Sometimes after a particularly defeating day, I'd forget and not include it in the prayer. On those days, without fail, one of my kids would add on, "Thank you for the lake home you're preparing for us." I'm proud of how they helped carry us on those days.
That's
Meanwhile,
what I'm talking about.
I started keeping a special journal. Starting in May, I filled a page with this affirmation. I, Jason Kotecki, will own a dream home on the lake. I wrote that 15 times a day, every single day, all year long, sometimes dead tired right before bed. I decided I was going to keep doing it until we got that dream house, or until the day I died, whichever came first. I cannot tell you how foolish it all seemed most days. I often felt like an idiot wasting my time. But each time we said the prayer or I wrote the affirmation, I reminded myself, how is not my job? Just because I couldn't find or force a way didn't mean that there wasn't one. We were given arrows to follow, one at a time. Sometimes one of those arrows felt like it was spoiling the ending. We'd be certain we finally knew the how, but then there'd be another turn that blew those certainties to smithereens. In retrospect, every arrow served a purpose, but following them was hard. Like the day we learned that the sellers of the house we were sure was the one accepted someone else's offer over ours. On that night, we started right into the dinner time prayer, which by then was such a habit. Thank you for the lake home you're preparing for us. We had to choke back tears to finish the prayer that night. The winding, preposterous roller coaster tale of how everything led us to moving into our dream house the following January could probably be its own book. It would include this plot twist. The house we thought was the one we lost out on twice, did end up actually being the one. Now, I hesitated to share any of this because I don't want it to come off as some sort of magic trick or paint God as a cosmic vending machine. I mean, I have prayed for this home for over 2 decades, so this isn't exactly Amazon Prime. But I do believe that God does plant certain dreams in our hearts, and if we're brave enough to claim them, to speak them out loud, He will help us realize them somehow, although not always in the way we expected. I believe that faith is realizing we can't do everything ourselves, that we were never meant to, and that there's someone who wants to help. And I know firsthand that the truth that just because you can't find a way doesn't mean there isn't one. Through this process of writing daily affirmations and praying this audacious prayer when it seemed most unlikely to ever come true, I realized that what God was doing in me was more important than how the events unfolded. Indeed, my favorite day of saying our prayer with a slight modification was before the first dinner we shared together in our new house on the shores of Lake Michigan. Thank you for the lake home you prepared us for.
Ooh. It's been
Bring back some good memories,
yes,
huh? Good and scary ones.
Well,
and
last
terrifying
night, it's interesting.
Frustrating.
Last night at prayer time with Ro, our youngest, we were talking about some pretty heavy stuff because we were watching some different shows this week for Holy Week, and we were watching the Bible series last night, which is kind of an older series, but we have the DVDs, so we were showing some of that to the kids. And so we were talking about some stuff, and she actually admitted to me, she said, I said prayers for that we would get this house, and then we didn't, and I thought they didn't come true, but in the end it did. And I was like, oh man, what a gift for her little faith, right? Her wonderful childlike faith to have that experience, because not everybody does have that experience, that the prayers that you pray as a child come true. And so anyway, all that kind of is a neat and interesting setup to that thinking from last night even.
Yeah, if there's one thing I could underscore about that is the sometimes it comes true in ways we didn't expect.
Right.
and that the closed doors, that was one thing that I know we had to remind ourselves of over and over, especially with this house when we thought we lost it a couple times, is like, well, that just means there's something better. And even though at the time we're like, I can't imagine how there could be something even better, like that was what we had to remind ourselves of, because it's sometimes our own imaginations are faulty.
Right.
And we can't even picture something better, but it doesn't mean it's out there. So sometimes it just comes in ways we didn't expect. And I think that's one of God's favorite games, is surprise.
Yes.
I think that's something we saw time and time again last year.
For sure.
All right, well, this is time to get out the drawing utensils, the pencils, crayons, markers, whatever you got. Could just be a Post-it note and a pen. Let's draw. All right, you guys, we are going to draw tonight, and it's going to be probably not a shock what we're going to draw.
Helen's already calling it. Peep art.
Yeah, so
Yes.
we're going to draw a peep. I'm just going to spoil it right there, but there's going to be a little twist to it, all right?
I can't
As there
imagine.
always is.
I can't imagine.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with a little parentheses. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a bigger parentheses, a fatter parentheses underneath that. All right. And then
At this point, you have to guess. Is this a bunny or a chick?
I think it's
right?
pretty obvious. Now we'll draw a little V here. All right. And then this is going to make it easy just to finish up this little ear, the little loop.
Kara says, hopefully not pizza.
It didn't go over. Then we'll connect this bottom part here.
No marshmallow cheese. Nope.
And then we've got the Peeps. I love their little
They are
eyes.
so cute. I know.
All right. Now, what I might do here is I might add a little bit of I don't know if this is showing up or not.
It's faint.
Some little sugar particles, right? Just to give it a little bit of texture. But here's the part that I think is going to be fun. So, little art lesson here. There was a very famous artist named Rene Magritte. Let me get my little sheet here. And he was a surrealist painter from Belgium. And he did a lot of interesting paintings. And there's one that I'm sure you've probably seen, even if you don't know the name of it. It's been around. He did a painting of a guy with an apple in front of his face. But there's also one he did of a pipe. And we're going to do a play on that here. And in a little bit of French. We're going to write at the very bottom here. Ceci n'est pas un peep.
Which translates to?
It translates to, this is not a peep.
Ah.
And this was, he put under his painting of this pipe, it was a painting of a pipe.
Not a pipe.
This is not a
yeah,
pipe.
I've seen that.
And you look at it, you're like, but it is a pipe. And he would say, no, it's not. It's a painting of a pipe. So this is taking a little bit of a spin on it. And
Right.
because we're doing, we got a surrealism thing going on here. Of course, I don't know, has anyone already asked about the levitation?
Not yet.
No?
No.
Well, here it comes.
Nope.
You can't do surrealism without some levitation. So for those of you who are new, one of my favorite tricks is to draw a little oval underneath the object I'm drawing. And it gives us the sense that it is just levitating. And because we're going to... Do I dare bring up the concept of complementary colors again in front of you? This is
I think
actually
I'm finally getting it.
complementary color, purple and yellow.
Because of the Vikings.
So that's going to look good.
I'm not wrong. It is the
No,
Vikings
it is the
colors.
Vikings,
I
and
know.
it's the Lakers.
I know.
All right.
Nice. I
So
love
of
that
course
pop off
you
of
can
there.
color.
That's cool.
You can color your peep however you would like to. If you've got some different colors, if you're want to do something with digitally or whatever, then what you could do to add to the sugary little tidbits is to get little white and draw some
sugary
little white.
tidbits. I think I'm gonna
sparkly,
put together like a glossary of all the
my
different
technical
terms.
art
Sugary
terms.
tidbits that was used in episode 44 for the Peep show.
You know how well this is coming off, but just again gives it a little bit of. And then I already did the black in there, but I might do like a little bit of a darker yellow, like a beige.
That looks.
Just to add some.
That does add a lot of depth.
Glitter, sparkle, whatever the little sparkly, sugary thing.
Just
and
yeah.
One last thing, just a couple little because he's he's losing sugar here because he's levitating.
Yes.
So there's
or maybe someone bat at him if he was hanging. Peep.
A rude person
Peep
batting at him.
Fan, but not a fan.
So that is a pretty simple one tonight, but it's got a surrealist twist. It's a
Marbits, tidbits.
a surrealist Peep. So I hope you enjoyed that one. That was a lot of fun. Sometimes the simpler ones are kind of fun. Play around with the colors.
And I always love to
like
see what you guys do when you put your spin on it. So please share those with us at KJ at Escape Adulthood. And check this guy out. This guy is like, he found the jackpot. I mean, look at that. All the gold. Steven.
Yes, a bespectacled shamrock.
That is awesome.
This is from a couple weeks ago. Last week we drew burning socks, obviously, because we had to.
It's spring.
And Jennifer added a little Wonder Marty in here with this
little grill
piece outfit, tie-dye shirt. Love it. And then especially get a shout out to Carolyn, who we featured her a couple weeks ago about how she illuminated her calendar. She'll draw a little doodle on every
day. This is beyond what you can imagine.
She has all 40, I think there were 43 at this time. 43 drawings.
The burning socks are on there, you guys.
That I have done since we started the show. She has every single drawing, plus a few extra ones. She's got Cat in the Hat in there. But boy, it was kind of fun for me just to look back at this and look at all these little drawings that we've done together. And some fun ones in there.
I shared this in my Whimsy Wednesday article today on the Escape Adulthood League. And if you're like, what is the Escape Adulthood League? Please join us over at the Escape Adulthood League. Is there a URL you can put up for that?
Yeah, we'll have that in a second, actually.
We have all sorts of fun little segments every week that we share. But I did put this up, and Carolyn was getting so much love of like, Carolyn, what? So I hope, Carolyn, if you're watching, we are just blown away. My daughter Rose stared at this for like 10 minutes straight with this glow in her eyes. So thank you for the inspiration.
Yeah,
it's
very,
awesome.
very cool.
Oh, I love this one.
Well, this is an oldie but a goodie.
It is.
I love this one. Meme of the week. My butt hurts. What?
That's how we're going to be when we're old.
Just clever.
Right? This will be like us.
Yeah.
What?
Someone that's watching this has never seen this before,
right?
And they're chuckling and laughing.
Yeah.
And those of you who love this one are appreciating it like a golden oldie that it is. But yeah, so here's what our prescription is this week, Adultitis Fighters, is to stage a Peep de Resistance. And that's basically what we did with our set.
Yes.
This week, as you can see. We peepified it. And that's kind of the goal. Now, this was inspired a couple of years ago. I actually wrote a post about 20 fun things to do with Peeps. And then someone sent me this picture of their kitchen. And I think, if I remember correctly, it was like surprised their husband in the morning.
Yep.
And he came out, and these Peeps were everywhere. If you look really close, you can see them in the coffee cup in the background. And then I have another background
like caution
here.
Tape.
Yeah, she's got. I think it's just like streamers.
Yeah, it is.
But it looks like caution tape. And
right.
there's these Peeps. There's one little sticking out of the cabinet there. They're about to jump off of the faucet on the sink.
I hope. Yeah, was there water in there?
So even if you don't like eating Peeps, getting them if they're stale, they're leftover. you've got to stage a Peep Day resistance of these little soldiers. Surprise someone in their office, in the kitchen,
Which, by
in the
the
bathroom.
way, tomorrow is April Fool's Day. We would be remiss as Adultitis Fighters if we did not acknowledge the combination of this idea with tomorrow's opportunity. That's all I'm saying. They are, I mean, you do have to probably visit at least 1 or 2 Walgreens to get the supply you need, but it's worth it. CVS
Maybe
and
it's a
Walgreens are
rough
usually
crop
across
this year.
the corner from each other, so, you know, just take that for what it's worth.
Yes, so there's your challenge for the week is a Peep Day resistance. Speaking of challenges, we wanted to share a fun video from one of our colleagues, dear friend. Many of you know very well. She works with us, and I don't know if you ever heard about Chubby Bunny, but Chubby Bunny is a fun campfire game, and can you do it with Peeps?
Oh yeah,
I think you can do it with Peeps. Let's see how many you can do with Peeps.
Hey, what's up, Peeps? I heard it was all about the Peeps tonight, and so I had to bring back one of my favorite things, which is the old Chubby Bunny game, only tonight, let's do it with Peeps. So I got some standard pink Peeps. I got some yellow bunnies right here. I got these awesome chocolate pudding bunnies, and let me tell you, they smell just like chocolate pudding. It's kind of awesome. I also mixed in a little bit of cotton candy chicks and some birthday cake chicks. So here we go. Let's see how many of these bad boys we can get in there. Chubby Bunny. Chubby Bunny. Chubby Bunny. Chubby Bunny. Bunny.
Before we go on, we have to say, Jenna, that was amazing. And 5, who knew, right? I mean, you had so many ready to go.
Yeah, well,
they're
that's
a little
the thing.
larger than a regular marshmallow.
It's a little bit bigger than your normal marshmallow. There's probably 3 good marshmallows in there for every Peep. And then I would imagine the sugar adds a little bit of a grit to it that makes it a little bit harder. My favorite part was how she's
got the
skill in
shove back.
shoving it, right?
So, yes. And, you know, if you do have the urge to do this, make sure you're not doing it alone. I hope that you are with someone, Jenna, because there is that moment of like, it's getting too much. I need help.
Don't laugh during it. You need the Heimlich maneuver.
Right. You need someone available to help you.
Well,
So awesome.
we want to wind things down, but before we do that, we got to give something away. And we're going to give away, as we are prone to do, one of our $10 gift cards to the Escape Adulthood Lemonade stand.
And our winner from last week is on tonight's show, Katie. I actually got to do a Zoom with Katie today, talking about future opportunities that we might connect on. So that was very fun. It was great to see you in person. But yeah, very comfortable card, Katie, right? I mean, as you feel, this is the joke that we keep saying because our son felt it and was like, this is comfortable.
So
as you want most of your gift cards to be.
Right.
Right.
So this is this to win this, we want you to peepify a book, movie, or song title. So for instance, like Beauty and the Peep. Right? So insert Peep into the title, and I want to see some creativity.
You'd be good at this. Me, not so much.
No, got nothing right now.
Immediately waves. Nothing. Yes, not. You know, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even have to be like. It could be like Forest Peep.
Okay.
You know, it doesn't have to be like it starts with a P or rhymes or anything like that. So you could really
Karate Peep.
Karate Peep, yeah. Karate Peep 2.
I'm like Princess Peep, like Princess and the Bride. Yeah, see, yeah. What do you got?
I just gave you Star Peeps. Star Peeps.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here. We've got Peepiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Easter Egg. That's what I'm talking about.
Julie, Peepiana.
Peeps of Wrath.
Best word ever.
Yeah.
Vienna.
You never know what words you're going to get in the Escape Adulthood Live. How about the Peeps Club?
Peeps is a
Peeps
breath.
Club,
That's good.
Peeps Bride.
Club. The first rule
Lord
of
of the
Peeps Club
Peeps.
is that
Don't talk
about the Peeps Club.
Yeah. Now that could have been, the Breakfast Club would be another take on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lord of the Peeps. That's good.
Nice. Love it.
How about Where the Wild Peeps Grow?
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
16
Peeps. Harry Peeper.
Lisa, I love it.
Harry Peeper.
That doesn't sound good. I do not want to watch Harry Peeper.
People who need people. Peep Trick.
What's
I like that. Peep Trick. That's a good one.
I want you to want me.
Peeper Cottontail.
Nice. That's good. Very timely.
Across the Peepiverse. You think you can do this now?
I'm getting, yeah.
Peep Busters.
Nice.
Right?
Peep Buster.
The sound of Peep. That's classic.
What do they sound like?
I know that was Walt Kotecki speaking in for Linda there, but ironically, piano lessons today got brought up Sound of Music, and so Grandma got brought up at the dinner table that we said, do not bring up the Sound of Music.
You said that because we literally have an assignment. We have to watch the Sound of Music for homework.
Grandma's going to go into show tunes and
so
go
Grandma,
down the list. So.
maybe we can watch it with you. Okay.
Gone with the Peep.
Gone with the Peep. Nice.
James and the Giant Peep.
Oh,
good one, Dorothy. I want to see some of these movies.
That is
Let
classic.
It Peep by the Beatles.
Let It Peep.
The Lion, the Peep, and the Wardrobe.
Nice.
Good.
Katie, I love it.
Wonder Peep.
Hey, aren't they all, right?
The wheels on the bus go peep.
Oh.
Captain Peep,
good.
the first Avenger.
See? Ben would like that one.
Jeepers Peepers.
Jeepers Peepers.
She meant Peep. She meant Peep. Let's clean it up. It's a family show here. Pretty Peep.
You guys are going to be dreaming about these marshmallows tonight. And I'm not that sorry.
Peeps
Are you sorry?
in low places. Some of the
Peeps in low places.
Peeps that fell.
Let's see if we could get some in low places.
Saturday Night
The show's
Peep.
almost over, you guys. So.
Ooh, I like this one. Red Hot Chili Peeps.
Oh.
It's a good one.
What is the line I'm thinking of from that?
It's like a cat over here.
I like it. It's kind of a good movement. The Will Ferrell skit.
Oh, Mary Peepins. Did I do that one?
Mary Peepins. Mike. Yes.
Julie wants to know, are the hills alive with the sound of Peeps? Sergeant Peepers and the Lonely Hearts Club
Nice.
Band.
So much Beatles love tonight.
Peeperazzi by Lady
Ooh,
Gaga. Good stuff, you guys. Good stuff. Okay, keep those coming in. In the meantime, we wanted to call your attention to last week. If you didn't have a chance to watch the interview with Michelle Fair, who is the creator of Dwell Journals, it was a fabulous interview. Such great, things to think about. So many good things to think about. As she told us about how her business started and what she's up to, but just the concept of dwelling and dwelling in the lovely. And so we posted the interview itself on our Facebook page, and she was gracious enough to offer a couple journals as prizes. So if you haven't checked that out, go to facebook.com/escapeadulthood to our Facebook page, and there's a chance where you can win one of her journals, either the regular one or one of the kids' ones. And I hope you take advantage of that because we'll be picking a winner on that soon.
Yes. And, again, if you didn't see it, it was really an honest conversation about anxiety, worry, fear, and just how to shift into a productive way to process all of it.
There you go,
So, what was...
She asked where the other flying people went. And
did it get stuck?
Stuck behind me there, yeah.
Yes.
So, check that out for sure. Last couple things here. The Escape Adulthood Summit is set. Tickets are not yet on sale. It's close. We do have a date, August 2nd and 3rd in Sheboygan on the shores of Lake Michigan in the beautiful
We're not going to hog this lake, you guys.
Blue Harbor Resort.
It's for everyone, and it is so beautiful.
It's going to be great. Now, here's the deal. We already have almost half of the tickets, over half of the tickets spoken for from last year's attendees who... Was that an
not
appropriate
great for
crooked-
those who are interested.
Yes, it's definitely there. This could be the year they sell out the fastest they ever have before. So
because of COVID, we had to cancel and forward tickets forward. So if those people do say yes, I can come on August 2nd and 3rd, then it's already half sold out.
Yes, we are in the process right now of contacting everyone. If you already have planned to come, like from last year, you will get contact from Jenna.
Yes.
Letting you know the dates, letting you know what our policy is with all the COVID stuff and what's going on. So we want to see if you can come. If not, you'll be able to get your money back. No big deal. And then we got a couple weeks of that to find out just how many golden tickets are left. Then, who gets next dibs?
Of course, the Wonder and Whimsy Society gets next dibs. So we open it up just to them for what, 2 days?
Yeah, about 48 hours.
48 hours.
48-hour head
so
start.
Start thinking about it. Start prepping the time frame. See if you can make it work because we will contact you. That'll probably come from Rachel, and she'll be like, "Okay, it's your shot. Do you want in?" And you'll have about 48 hours to say yes or no before we open it up to the insiders.
Yes,
right?
and if you are not already an insider, you definitely want to be a part of that. escapeadulthood.com/insider. That will be the public. I think it's like
Jody
the 18th.
has her plane tickets already.
Sweet.
Jody!
Well, Jody is
You're
one of the
bringing
ones who had tickets from last
your
year.
house,
so
right? What's that? Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so excited about
I know.
this.
I
I'm
can't wait
excited
to see
people
you
in
guys.
person,
Oh,
and
it's going to be amazing. Oh.
And you guys don't even know how beautiful this location is. I mean, it's gonna be the best one yet.
You guys,
yeah. So make sure you're subscribed. The tickets will officially go on sale middle of April. So just give you a heads up on that. But the dates are as follows. If you go to escapeadulthoodsummit.com, you can learn a little bit more about what a summit is, learn a little bit more about the location. The tickets aren't available yet, but you can read up on it and you can learn about what it's all about. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing. Michelle L says, "Where do we stand in line?"
Right.
Let's all camp out. I'll camp with you. Let's do it.
Yes. Yeah. So I think that's all we have to say about that. Again, just a reminder about the giveaway. Do I have that here? That URL? Yep. For the
yes. Midnight-ish tonight. That is the last
chance to win this guy right here. And finally, a little announcement about next week. So next week is my first in-person speaking gig
in over a year.
So I hope I am able to
hold a microphone.
Good.
Can you hold a microphone?
Hope
still?
me talk good.
I don't know.
We'll see. So I'm looking forward to that. Unfortunately, it's right during our show, which we didn't really have any control over because this was a gig that was
transferred,
planned from last year, and it got switched.
We're just happy for them that they can have it.
Yeah.
So long story short,
something special. We will still be here.
Yes, meet us here.
I won't be.
No, he'll be gone. Meet me here with the kids at 7:45. I'm gonna go live remotely from my phone because he's gonna have all his equipment. Okay, but this is still gonna work because we're gonna have a little kids takeover, and it may or may not have to do with the leftovers. Okay, so we're gonna have a fun little segment, and then I'm gonna reveal something really awesome that has been in the works for a while, that the Wonder and Whimsy Society members are starting to little by little learn about as their packages show up. But we're going to talk about that as well. So we're going to have like a little, what do you call this? Like a morphed version of the show. No fancy bumpers, no fancy music. But the kids,
no fancy Jason.
No fancy. He will be fancy. You have to wear your suit jacket.
I know. Well, Lisa.
Does it still fit you?
Lisa reminded me I gotta wear pants.
Oh, you don't even own pants.
we charge extra for pants, you guys.
Although he is kind of excited to wear his red shoes because that used to be one of his signature things. And honestly, shoes aren't a big deal on this whole virtual world. So I'm speaking for you, but it'll be nice to get your red shoes. Peeps. Yeah. Yuck. All right, guys. This has been an awesome show. Thank you for being here. And yes, Kim and her peeps. Thank you, Kate. Like we're gonna have some fun. And honestly, the kids will steal the show.
I probably will be kicked off the show. I just want to say it's been great. Thank you for allowing me to be on the show for 45
This is the
episodes.
last show of Jason's, okay?
I may never be allowed back on the set. But
It's just going to be me and one of the kids rotating every week. So it's kind of like Johnny Carson.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So, hey, this is good news. This means the world is opening back up. There's an in-person speaking event happening next Wednesday. That is a big deal, you guys.
It is a big deal.
Can we celebrate that just for a hot second? I mean, it's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
But that is it for the show, you guys. Until next time, Adultitis Fighters.
Shine on, spread whimsy, and keep being awesome. Have fun tomorrow.